I'm Jim Reeves, Technical Director of the Gravity Light Foundation. I was always a creative person. Did really enjoy making things. The potential outcome of some creative process where you're just trying to solve a problem, where that outcome can be used in such a tremendously positive way, it really drives you to set about solving that problem.
I was amazed to learn the number of people who live off-grid without access to power. The unit cost of power to people who live off-grid is thousands of times higher per unit energy than you might pay if you're on-grid. And then typically you're going to be burning something for your light source, and that's a biomass, and the biggest biomass that's typical is kerosene.
When I was growing up, there was no electricity. It was very difficult to get things like solar panels. They are very expensive. People don't like using the kerosene lamps, but they still have to use them because they have no option.
Wakati ingine ni kukuwa watu wanapata mafua. Ubaya wa hii mafuta, kuna gharama moja. Wakati kama wewe huna pesa, munalala kwa giza. Naona miaka 60, pengine iko hiyo.
We were looking at the question of how will we store some energy to get it back when you need it. And the principles of turning a raised weight into a electrical power output, we're always going to rely upon a gear train and a small generator. The idea of hoisting the weight gave us no connection to how strong you are, no connection to how tall you are, and the ability for the light to stay on all of the time. The big idea, the lifting a bag, is very much a start point. And from there you're on a long journey of addressing 1,000 other problems.
We've been through a number of iterations in the design, and we started to find that it was developing knots and tangles. We had to make the judgment at that point that there were significant changes required to the design in order to eliminate this risk. If you're going to do anything that's vaguely innovative, then you're going to go through loops of real frustration and crushing disappointment. That's going to be part of that journey. GLO 1, we took it out to Peña and we installed it in a family's home. I'd sort of always imagined that when we got to that point of sort of really first seeing the outcome in context, that I'd feel like a huge milestone had been reached. And the only thing that I saw was everything that we needed to improve.
When we had the previous gravity-powered LED light, we had problems with it because when the parents go out, the children used to swing along with it. So it actually broke the gear box inside there.
You put the product in the hands of kids and you see how they interact with it. You have to get a sense of what a sudden additional load is going to be. So I weighed my kids. It starts to set some parameters for how strong things need to be. You evaluate and learn through the process of doing. And then the real test is putting it in the hands of users.
Hii nimeipokea kwa imani na ninaona na inasaidia familia yangu kulingana na vile ambavyo wanaendelea na masomo yao jioni.
I think that it's always been very important to me that products have a good reason to exist.
What we're trying to do is to have this positive impact of improving life in general.
If it can ultimately improve the lives of the kids who get access to study, it needs to be achieving some scale in order to have a positive impact for a lot of people.